Hi guys, not to be one to miss a bandwagon, our friend from the DUP, Sammy Wilson, delivered a message to Rishi Sunak and his government: stand firm against the Irish. So this is related, of course, to the asylum seekers crossing the Irish Sea into Northern Ireland and then travelling south. Sammy is putting his hope in Brexiteers, the Tory party and Rishi Sunak to do what exactly? Ignore the Irish government's request to take back asylum seekers? Sammy really should sit down and be quiet, because the Irish Sea border that he's been demanding be open could become a bit more closed.
The Irish government has been going into full anti-British mode over the weekend because of illegal immigrants moving from the United Kingdom into Ireland. This is a result, of course, of the open borders policy which the Irish government has always insisted upon, and they've got to live with the consequences. It's a mark of the Irish that they always demand the best of the physical and the political relationship that they have with the United Kingdom, but don't want the downsides of that. I hope that our government will not give in to the demands to send these illegal immigrants back into the United Kingdom. If they do, I believe it will undermine the Rwanda policy, a policy which I believe was necessary to try and stop the illegal use of immigrants by criminal gangs, bringing them into the United Kingdom, making huge amounts of profit and putting great strain on our social services, our housing and our health and education infrastructure. This will be a moment of truth for our government. Will it stand up to the hysterical cries from Ireland, or will it give in? If it does, then it will leave its policy in tatters.
Okay, so there's a few problems with this. We can ignore the language he used, illegal immigrants. We're not talking about illegal immigrants, we're talking about asylum seekers. But what's the main problem here? The problem is the Windsor Framework, because under Article 2 of the Windsor Framework, no changes will be made to the rights of people in Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland, in a sense, is exempt from the Rwanda policy. Now, the Tories and Brexiteers don't really care about Northern Ireland. They never really had ever cared about Northern Ireland, so they're happy with that. They're okay with that. But it creates a problem for people like Sammy Wilson, because if asylum seekers come into Northern Ireland, cross the Irish Sea, come into Northern Ireland, and then some of them go to the south and eventually are deported back to Britain, well, they know that if they go to Northern Ireland, then they'll be safe, because Northern Ireland is exempt from the Rwanda policy. Now, Sammy Wilson and the DUP were, throwing a bit of a temper tantrum over this. They wanted Northern Ireland to be part of the Rwanda scheme as well. But it can't be, because under Article 2 of the Windsor Framework, nothing will change when it comes to rights since the Good Friday Agreement. So what you'll end up having is people coming into Northern Ireland and staying in Northern Ireland because it's exempt from the Rwanda policy. What will happen then is pressure from politicians in Northern Ireland to do something about it. So what could eventually happen is the British government decide, okay, what we'll do is we'll put up a hard border, not on the island of Ireland, but in the Irish Sea once again. Because they're not going to put up a hard border on the island of Ireland. They know the consequences of that. There's no real benefit for the British government. But they may reinforce the Irish Sea border. And the DUP will not be happy with that, because they want to get rid of the Irish Sea border. So, once again, and I don't know if I'm completely correct in this, but it seems to be the case that Northern Ireland is exempt from the Rwanda policy, meaning that refugees can't be sent back to Rwanda from Northern Ireland. They can be from Great Britain. So it would make sense for them to go to Northern Ireland and be safe there, safe from the British government. But of course, this will upset unionists and the right wing in Northern Ireland, and they will want something done about that, which the only logical conclusion would be is to reinforce the Irish Sea border. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.